Welcome to ESTNN. My name is Malik, and today we are going to talk about Valorant agents. Before we get started, if you like this video, hit that like button, make sure to subscribe, and hit that bell notification if you want to stay up to date on when we post new videos. There are only a few Valorant agents that truly excel at managing sightlines. One of those is Brimstone, and he does it better than most agents. Controllers utilize smoke abilities that cut off line of sight in order to gain the advantage. On both attacking and defending sides, Brimstone's abilities focus on forcing the fight in his favor. Of the controllers, Brimstone is consistent, offering a basic yet powerful toolkit. Brimstone's signature ability is the Sky Smokes. These swirling balls of smoke drop from the sky wherever Brimstone marks on his map. The smoke doesn't last long, but can be called in your direct vicinity, and this is different from Omen, who can place his smoke ability nearly anywhere on the map. The smokes are useful in covering sightlines and forcing the enemy to push forward at a disadvantage. Leaving one small crack in an archway or doorway will force the enemy to peek right where your crosshairs will be trained. The upside of Brimstone is that his smoke ability gives no indication as to where he is located or pushing from, unlike Omen. On uneven surfaces, the smoke can end up in an unfavorable position, either too low or just not covering the correct area, so get used to that. He can hold up to 3 charges with this ability, offering adaptability and forgiveness if you mess up one of those smokes. In order to negate that though, spend time in custom matches and learn all the maps and where you can place smokes and where they will be the most ideal. Brimstone's second ability, STM Beacon, applies a buff that is unique to this agent. Any player who steps inside the radius of Brimstone's beacon will receive a boost to their firing rate. If any agent, friend, or foe steps inside of the circle, they will gain the firing rate buff. And when an agent leaves the circle, the buff stays with them for a short period before going away completely. The STM Beacon itself will also only stay active for so long before disintegrating, so make sure to use it on a push. Weapons like the Odin or the Spectre will benefit most from this ability, as the firing rate will affect the overall accuracy of a weapon, and these two are some of the more forgiving. Now, granted, your team should be paying attention to what is going on in the game, but it is nice to give them a little heads up whenever you're going to throw the STM Beacon down, as some may forget that with a Vandal, full autoing that with the STM Beacon is probably going to ruin your accuracy if you're not prepared for it. Be wary of STM Beacon. If you place it down and the enemy walks into the radius, they will gain the firing rate bonus as well. If you place this too close to a wall, sometimes the radius will peek through, and the enemy who is waiting on the other side with a judge will absolutely ruin your day. Not only does it give them a buff in their firing rate, but it also clearly telegraphs where and when you're going to be pushing. Brimstone's next ability is Incendiary, a Molotov shot from the barrel of a grenade launcher. This fiery crowd control ability can be bounced off of walls and will cover the ground in flames whenever it lands. It doesn't do an absurd amount of damage, and it doesn't last very long. It does, however, dislodge the enemy or force them to take damage. Incendiary can be bounced to lodge it into some common choke points and destroy the enemy armor before the fight even begins. If you place a smoke to cover an area, Incendiary can also be used to stop a push or buy yourself or your team some time. Brimstone's ultimate ability is Orbital Strike, and the only way to describe this is the Death Star's laser beam. Brimstone can call in heavy artillery from nearly anywhere in the map, and the beam will hone in on his mark, frying anybody in the radius. The ultimate is one of the most powerful zoning abilities in Valorant, period. Compared to other agents, Brimstone's ultimate is a surefire way to stop a spike plant or defusal. Orbital Strike will clear out any hiding spot in Valorant, ignoring walls, elevation differences, and it outpowers any healing abilities. Orbital Strike is best used for enemies that have a sightline advantage or are dug into a defensive position. Brimstone is a Valorant agent that is at its most powerful when knowing the enemy's positioning and using his own abilities to shut them down. Brimstone can be an advantageous agent on both attacking and defending sides of most maps. The agent requires some map knowledge to be at his most effective, blocking sightlines and providing cover for rotations. But he excels at keeping the enemy playing his pace, blocking vision, and completely shutting down whole areas of the map, which is something that not a lot of Valorant agents can do. My name is Malik. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you like this video, make sure to drop us a like. If you want to stay up to date on all of the other videos that we are putting out, in addition to all of our Valorant and other esports related stuff, make sure to hit that subscribe and that bell icon so that way you will get notifications whenever we post new videos. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.